So I just want to take a moment and say thanks to everyone that has been watching the videos, to those that have subscribed to the videos. I think I'm now at 70 some subscribers. I know that's not much for some people, but for me, I'm pretty excited about it. And today we are going for a little walk because I walked out here 2 days ago and didn't really get much footage. So I decided before we leave Cape May, I would come back out and try to get some footage to share with you guys of Cape May. Nice little town. Not a whole lot of spots to park the dinghy at. But we made it work anyhow. Hopefully it's still there when we get back. And yeah, I just wanted to share some footage with you guys of Cape May. And then our next step is going to be going through the DNC Canal. Well, getting to the DNC Canal is the next step. And then we will take a night just outside of there to time the currents going through there. And hopefully we'll make it through to the other side with no problem. And work our way through the DNC Canal, Delaware Canal, through Chesapeake, Maryland, down to Norfolk, and into the ICW. So hopefully you guys continue along on the journey and stick with me on it. I know these videos are a little shaky, so I apologize for that, because I don't have a gimbal, and I have what the Army says is essential tremors, so my hands shake, and the Army says they essentially don't know what it comes from. So there's that. Anyhow, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, and if there's anything that you feel like I could do to improve the content, let me know. I'll try to do my best on it. I'm trying now. Someone had said something about doing the videos in landscape, and I'm trying to do the best I can with those. Sometimes on the boat, when I'm recording, it's really hard. Even when I'm walking around right now, it's actually kind of hard because I'm trying to hold the phone sideways instead of up and down. And I unfortunately don't have anybody else out here with me to take video for me as I'm going around, so I'm just doing the best I can with what I got, and to share the experience. But yeah, if there's anything else you can think of that would help improve the content or might make it more enjoyable to watch, let me know and I'll do the best I can with it. So anyhow, thanks for watching and hope you enjoy the Cape May. Welcome to my unforgettable adventure. If you're new here to the channel, my name is Chris. I bought a 26-foot sailboat with no experience how to sail her, and am now working my way from Rhode Island back to Tennessee. This is my journey that I am sharing with all of you who might one day be inspired to take on a journey of your own. If you enjoy the content or find it helps you in any way, please like and subscribe and share with others to help support the channel. "21.5 hours after having left Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey, I finally arrived into Cape May, New Jersey around 7:45 in the evening. It was late, I was tired, but I wanted to go ahead and get the dinghy off of the deck and into the water because I knew I would need it the next few days while I was here, and I didn't want to mess with it tomorrow after already having gotten cleaned up this evening, and it just makes the next day that much easier. For my viewers that are following along who may not be aware, the inside of the boat is like our house, and the deck of the boat is like a garage, and the dinghy is like a car. And when we are out on anchor or on a mooring, the way that we get to and from land is by using our car. Right now I am working on getting the car out of the garage and into the driveway, which would be the water. Now that I have the harness connected to the dinghy, I am working on connecting the, I guess called spare halyard line. If that's not correct, someone let me know in the comments. But I am connecting the spare halyard line to the harness so that we can winch the dinghy up and put it into the water. After getting the dinghy into the water, I am now about to go get the seat for the dinghy, the air pump, and the dock line together to put in the dinghy and make sure everything is ready for the next day with it. The poor boat is definitely in a need of a wash down. It's looking kind of dirty there. So here you will see I start to struggle. You have to have the dinghy a little deflated to get the seat snug in there, and then you inflate it to make sure the seat stays snug. Unfortunately, my air pump was missing a seal on the end of it that I had not realized was missing. So I kept trying to pump air into every side of the dinghy, and no matter what I was doing, it seemed like I was losing air and no air was going into it. And I was starting to get a little frustrated because there's 3 sides to the dinghy to pump air into, and I tried all 3 sides. And by the time I realized that I'm completely dumb and something was wrong, the dinghy was practically almost flat. I was actually kind of surprised that it was still floating with me in it, with the lack of air that was available to it at the moment. that I'm struggling to figure out how to get back on board to Cape Elise because the dinghy is basically almost out of air. So I go back on board to try to think of a solution, check to see if maybe the pump was missing something, which I then found out was missing a little rubber seal that fixed the whole problem. Unfortunately, because of the struggles that I was having, it got a little dark out by the time I was setting the engine up onto the dinghy. So I will try to make another video at a later time when there's a little more daylight to show you how I get the dinghy motor onto the dinghy from the boat. Point, we are in business. We now have a rowable dinghy with air included. I woke up and made some breakfast with some cheesy grits and some bratwurst, and then after that I dinghied back into town to get some footage to share with you guys. Dinghy in front of me, you will see Jay and Jalen that I met in Atlantic Highlands, and they ended up going to Cape May, New Jersey as well. while Cape May did not offer the laundry facility or the free showers like it had in Atlantic Highlands, which was super nice, it was a nice little touristy town to walk around in. There was mini golf if that's your thing. They have a beach there that, is kind of nice to check out. They did have a nice little hardware store, which thankfully had some fly traps that I ended up purchasing because these black flies on the boat are super mean and they just did not want to go away. Seemed like no matter what I did. And then I walked around like the little boardwalk area, and then I ended up buying a drink. And for those like me that are still super cheap on everything, it was really nice to see that even though everything else has gone up in price, Arizona teas are still 99 cents for the entire can, which is super awesome considering everything else is, in my opinion, super highly overpriced right now. After having finished my day of walking around Cape May and getting some footage to share with you guys, I went back to the boat to make some dinner and ended up making some shredded chicken and cheese with rice burritos, which ended up being really tasty. After having dinner for my last night in Cape May, New Jersey, I was offered a free fireworks show from my view on the water. So guys, if you're still here, this was my adventure in Cape May, New Jersey. The next step will be getting to the Delaware Canal and then through the Delaware Canal. So stick around and follow me for that next phase in the adventure. And if you haven't already, please click on the like and subscribe button, follow along, and share with your friends to help support the channel and keep it growing. So thank you guys. I really am grateful and appreciate every one of you out there that have been supporting me along the way on this adventure.